Meal pacing crossed my mind the other day. I encountered a situation where there was a server who had, I won't mention the restaurant, but there was an experience where appetizers came after entrees, table wasn't pre-bussed, there was stuff everywhere, just the experience wasn't smooth. So let me just share this with you from our full service servers, an environment where people come to invest time, invest money to order multiple courses. Please make it worth the experience, okay? um, Beverages should be on the table before food starts coming out. um, if your appetizers are coming after entrees, that's a problem. If you have stacks of dishes anywhere on the table, especially if they're pushed all the way to the edge of the table, that's a silent code. Please pick up the dishes pre-bus, right? First thing you need to do is make sure beverages are coming out first. If you refer back to the training video that we did about the perfect check, okay, that'll kind of dig in a little bit more about what beverages to sell, how to upsell beverages, so you're not just doing, oh, I'll take a water with lemon, please. You know, some people will only just drink water or non-alcoholic beverage, but avoid it if you can. All right. Now, there's a lot of places that'll bring bread to the table. Now, the trick with that is, um, you know, you want to be mentioning an appetizer prior to bread service. If your restaurant gives complimentary bread, and the reason for that is once you bring that bread or biscuit or loaf, whatever it is you have, to the table, the likelihood that your guest is gonna order an appetizer drops significantly. Okay, and why is that? Appetizer is, hey, let me wet my whistle. I'm hungry. I'm hungry right now. Let me enjoy something while I wait on my food. Now, if they have bread and a drink, they may or may not want to experience an appetizer. Some people are going to automatically order an appetizer just because they come in, they know what they want, or you do just a magnificent job offering the appetizer. So like, yes, I want to try that, right? But give yourself a chance to sell the appetizer. If you're automatically coming to the table immediately with the biscuit, the bread, or the loaf, you're hurting yourself. You may feel like you're doing the guest a favor, but you're hurting your sales. Okay, so keep that in mind. Third thing, so let's just say on the bread, it's not an automatic. Don't automatically bring that with the greet. Like you come up to the table, hey, my name is such and such. Here's some bread. Boom. No. All right. Appetizer should be coming out a few minutes. You know, if it's been, yeah, you have to do a good job communicating with your expo person or with your kitchen, you know, how, depending on how your restaurant is set up. But if it's been more than 5 minutes, 7 minutes, you're still waiting on an appetizer, that's a problem, especially if you've already rung in your food. I'm imagining your ticket time for your entree shouldn't really exceed 12 to 15 minutes, hopefully, right? So if 5 to 7 minutes have passed and you've already rung in your entree and you don't have your appetizer, ding, 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 that's a clue that there may potentially be a problem, right? So in your pacing, you control the time in which the food goes to the kitchen. Servers, bartenders, you have the power. If you ring everything in at one time, your soup, your salad, your appetizer, your entree all together, the likelihood that your meal will be paced appropriately is slim. Okay, so even if you have the entire order, perhaps you ring in the app and wait a second, or don't send the entree order yet until you at least see the appetizer working or about to come out. You know, again, you have to gauge what's going on in the dining room. Are there people on a wait? Has the kitchen been behind today or tonight? You have to be aware of all the variables that are going on. Okay, don't just walk in blind and treat every shift like every other shift. It's not the case. Things happen in the kitchen. Are you shorthanded in the kitchen? Do you have your all-stars in the kitchen? The people you know are going to be pumping that food out quickly? Like, what's going on? Be aware. Okay, awareness is key. And I'll just put that here. Awareness, super key. It's an art. It's an art to it. Okay. So let's say your app is on the way out, or you've run your app, you've waited a minute, it's on the way out. You know, go ahead and ring in your salads and your entree at that moment. or your soup and your entree at that moment. Soup and salad should be a couple minutes max. I mean, 2 minutes, more than 2-3 minutes. Again, communication. What's going on? Talking to your expo person. Hey, I rung this up. It's been about 3 minutes. I don't want there to be a problem with my guests having an appetizer and a salad and an entree. They don't have a chance to enjoy everything, right? If everything's piled on the table at one time, you don't have a chance to savor each course. If I'm going out spending money for a coursed out meal, I want to enjoy each course. I don't want to feel rushed. And I also don't want to feel like there's an extreme amount of time between each course. Again, delicate balance, right? And there's an art to it, right? So you got the app knocked out. You got your super salad knocked out. Now it's time for the entree, right? Now, when you bring that entree out, really at each course, you should be checking back, right? The general rule of thumb in the industry you've probably heard is a 2-bite check back, right? After a guest takes 2 bites, you're checking to make sure everything's all right. Everything's hot. They have all the condiments they need. All right, if you're really good, your condiments are already on the table before the food comes out, right? So you're asking about condiments. If they order a steak, do they need steak sauce? If they have fries, do they need ketchup? Is ketchup automatically on the table for you? Some places not. Some places you have to bring it out, right? So checking for all that stuff. People love to put ranch on a variety of things, right? So what are their needs? Assessing your guest needs is going to take your service level just that extra little notch above, right? Because how often is the server really saying, okay, I want to make sure you have everything you have with your meal. You confirm the order. Are there any additional condiments that you generally like? The guest's going to be like, oh, wow, nobody really ever asked me that. Oftentimes servers wait until somebody asks them, oh, can I get this? Can I get this? Can I get that? Then they have to stop, go get it. Hopefully they remember, because oftentimes you don't write it down. Stop, go get it, and then bring it back. What if it's already there? What if it's already ready? Again, that level of service just went up. Hopefully your tip just went up, right? When the guest is about, again, we talked about this on the perfect check video. When your guest hits about third of the way, halfway into that entree, if you haven't already talked about desserts, definitely on that, second pass by, hey, make sure you're saving room. My favorite dessert is this and that. If you have a dessert tray present in the restaurant, bring that by. If you have a dessert menu present, bring that by. Don't wait until the last bite. Okay, that's too late. And then, when they're almost done, if you've already had that discussion, you can already ring it in, right? Again, this is about meal pacing. If you wait until the guest is completely done with their entree to ask about dessert, then you can't have any control over when you ring it in. You have to wait until they tell you. And then they have to wait until the kitchen makes it. And then you go get it and bring it to them, right? So it's not a flawless flow. And that's what you're going for. Flawless flow of the meal, each course, right? When I'm done with one thing, the next thing should be coming out shortly after. Servers, please pre-bus, right? I don't want to have my salad plate still on the table while I'm enjoying dessert. Why? I'm done, right? So flawless flow, that's what you're going for. I like that alliteration, right? Flawless flow is what you're going for. All right. Entree's done. Maybe they didn't have a chance to finish. We're packing it up. Pro tip, pack the food up for your guests. Some restaurants do it, some restaurants don't. It's always a nice touch. Even if it's not a standard requirement in the environment that you work in, just think about you should always be thinking about the little touches you can do to set yourself apart so that the next time that guest comes back, they're asking for you. So that you're standing out in their mind as a superior server. And so packing up the food, or at least offering. Some people are a little funny, they're like, I don't want you to, take my plate away, or you can do it at the table even, or some people take it away, pack it up, and then bring the food back already bagged up and everything. Either way, but at least offer, right? So desserts being enjoyed, of course, we're offering after dinner drinks, things of that nature. And then you want to be ready. At that point, you should have the check in the check presenter ready to rock in your pocket. So when the guest is ready to cash out, they don't have to flag you down. So I'm ready for the check. And then you have to stop, go print it, then bring it. Oh, I got it for you right here. Boom. Or drop as they're finishing. If you know they're not going to order anything additional. Hey, no rush. I'm just put this check right here for when you're ready, so you're not waiting on me. Take your time, and I'll be here in case you need anything else. Extra touches, folks. Extra touches. And again, consistently pre-bussing throughout the entire experience. Take those empty glasses, empty plates, empty bowls off the table. When the guest gets up, it's time for them to go. They've cashed out. They had an awesome time. Thank you so much. See you next time. Ask for me. I'll be here. All right. Blah, 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 blah. At that point, you can turn that table so much quicker if you've been pre-bussing, because you don't have to take a million dishes off the table. All you have to do is take the last couple little glasses, maybe the dessert plate, and you or your server assistant or host or whomever can reset that table super fast, and you can get your next guest in the seat and do it all over again. Get to the money. All right, happy hacking.